Hey everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, before directly jumping to the straight line, we will do some concepts or basic rules of the coordinate geometry. Okay, so let us start with the Cartesian coordinate system. So Cartesian coordinate system have a horizontal axis which is called x-axis. This is called x-axis, and there is a vertical axis. This one is called y-axis. And the point of intersection of these two axes is called origin. Coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. What is the coordinate? Say here is a point lying in this Cartesian system. Let's say P is that point. It have its x coordinate and y coordinate. So let's represent them by A and B. A represents x coordinate. First one is also always the x coordinate. And the second one, B, is your y coordinate. Okay, it's a ordered pair, you cannot change their positions. Okay, now x coordinate is also called abscissa, and also y coordinate is called ordinate. Now, so if you have a point lying on the x-axis, so let's say this point, we are talking about a point which is lying on x-axis here. The coordinates of this point will be 5, see, its y coordinate is 0, or you can say ordinate is 0, because this point lies on x-axis, its y coordinate is always 0. See, what happens is, if this point P is having its coordinates as a, b, it means in order to reach this point, we have to move a distance, a units of distance on the x-axis, and b unit distance on the y-axis. If there is a point, let's say 7, 18, it means to reach at this point, we have to move 7 unit of distance along x-axis and 18 unit of distance along y-axis to reach this. So we will move 7 here and 18 above to reach this point. Okay. Now, our complete Cartesian system is divided into 4 parts by these x-axis and y-axis. This is first region. This is called first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. We always move in anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Anti-clockwise direction is considered as a positive direction. So that first, second, then here we have third quadrant, and here it is the fourth quadrant. If a point is lying in the first quadrant, its x coordinate as well as y coordinate are positive. If a point is lying in the second quadrant, its, you can see, x coordinate negative, y coordinate positive, right? If there is a point lying in third quadrant, x part is negative, y part negative. If there is a point lying in the fourth quadrant, then its x coordinate is positive but y coordinate is negative. Let's find the distance between 2 points. Consider 2 points are given to you, P and Q. The P point is having its coordinates as, let's say, x1 and y1. Q point have its coordinates as x2, y2. Okay, and we need to find the distance PQ. So this length PQ, segment length PQ, is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared. Okay, so this is the distance formula that we are going to use to solve some questions. Okay, let us take some problems on this. First question says, what is the abscissa of a point lying on the y-axis? So as you know, in our Cartesian system, if we take any point which is lying on this y-axis, so to reach at this point, what distance we covered along x direction? No distance, right? So at any point lying on this y-axis, its x coordinate is always 0 and y coordinate will be something 0, b, let's say. So always for a point lying on y-axis, its abscissa is always 0. The quadrant in which the point -3, 2 lies. So this represents abscissa and second one represents ordinate. Means this is for x part and this is for y part. So x part negative means here x part negative, y part positive. So here So obviously your point will lie in this region where x is negative, y is positive. So this is your second quadrant. Right? Next question. Find the distance between these 2 points 3, 8 and minus 5, 2. So I will consider any of these as x1, y1. Okay, let's say first one is x1, y1 and second one is x2, y2. So let's use the distance formula to get the distance between these points. So we will have x2 minus x1, which is minus 5 minus 3 whole squared, plus y2 minus y1, which is 2 minus 8 whole squared. So when we simplify this, we will get 64 plus 36, which comes out as square root of 100, and square root of 100 is 10 units. So that's the answer. Thank you for watching this. See you in the next part. In the next session, we will start how to find the equation of a line in various form.